Welcome back to Smallholding on a Shoestring. Well, it's a beautiful spring day here in the west of Ireland, and I thought I would do a quick spring update for everybody. I say quick, but there's a lot to go through. I'm going to show you the ducks, see how they're settling into that new enclosure. I'll show you the chicks and the goats and what's growing, what has been growing, first time grower. And I'm really excited to show you the wildlife, because the other day I captured some amazing footage of some deer in the field and a hare, and I have put a camera out in the forest. I've not retrieved that yet, so we'll do that at the end. Let's get cracking. So as you can see, the ducks are quite settled in now and no longer escaping, thanks to the new fence which I put up in the last episode. They're really enjoying the area where that tree stump was, which is why the water's so murky. They're digging it all up, and it'll soon return back to sand and gravel once they get rid of all that mud. Little Peggy Goose here has been sat on these eggs for over 30 days now, so I'm not anticipating any to hatch out, unfortunately, but that's farming for you. And I'm fairly sure we'll only get the one shot at it this year. I'll do things slightly different next year, but she's only got a couple of days left to get these eggs to hatch, and then that's it till next year. The beautiful naughty boy Mischief is doing fine. His moustache is coming on, you'll be pleased to know. Good boy, aren't you? He is a good boy, but he will also bite your face off, leave you looking like a bowling ball, just because he's bored. Today he must be in a good mood. He's tied up because I'm going for a ride soon. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for it, so why not? So far this year we've just got 3 chicks. We have got other birds sat on eggs, but at the moment it's just 3. And we didn't actually hatch these ourselves. That's not their mother. She went broody too early. We didn't have any eggs ready for her. So we bought day-old chicks, waited a week, and then picked them up. And they went under a week or 10 days old. And she thought, oh look, my eggs have hatched. And then he's now raising them as her own. This little fella has got little man syndrome, and if we let him out he will fight with all the others like you wouldn't believe. We do have a pair of these chickens, and the hen is upstairs sitting on eggs, so in a few weeks we'll have some more of those. My dad gave us those chickens last year and we're really pleased with them. We took them to a poultry show last year in Sligo and she came second, which was fantastic for our first ever show. When you finished, noisy boy. Right, let's go over and you can see the difference in Peggy. Well, hopefully you'll see the difference. There were Peggy Sue. You can't see the size difference. She hasn't lost any weight, but she's just not bloated anymore, because goats are not meant to steal chicken food. It leaves them bloated, and she's lost a lot of that now and is back to looking healthy, thank God. Are you enjoying the sun, Peggy? Shows your teeth. Show us them teeth, Peggy Sue. She wants a scratch. You're mucky. You're all mucky. Oh, can we see your teeth? The gates that I made so far have been working great. Let's go inside and I'll show you what weeds I've got growing. This little oak tree is doing well, and the ash trees are not yet in leaf, so as the saying goes, we should be in for a good summer. The saying is, oak before ash, you're just in for a splash. Ash before oak, you're in for a soak. So fingers crossed, we're in for a very good summer this year. This is my new redneck sofa I've just finished making this morning. Carved it out with the chainsaw, and it's made use out of this huge log. So over here we've got 2 rhubarb crowns. This one's doing well, that one not so much because the dog's knocked it over. That's just a little feverfew that's there temporarily. In the end, I've planted some nasturtiums. I'm hoping that they grow and spread up the fence. Nasturtium flowers are beautiful to eat, so that's the logic there. And then up the hill, up here I've got some apple trees and some plum trees. I've planted some domestic, would you call them domesticated, blackberries, raspberries and blueberries. I've also woven into the fence some naturally growing blackberries, so maybe we'll get a few of those as well. So in my terraced raised beds, I've got very little at the moment. I've just got some beans, some rainbow chard and some onions at the end. Then I've got some marigolds further up, and the battle for weeds is never ending. I keep getting loads of horsetails, maresetails, you may call them. Traditionally, maresetails or horsetails we used to treat baldness, so maybe I shouldn't just be pulling them out, maybe I should be making a tea from them or something. But the battle with weeds, even though there was cardboard underneath, is just never ending. But I guess that's gardening. That brings us to the Polytunnel, which I call the office. Haven't tidied up in here, so it is what it is. But hey, it's exciting, there's lots going on in here. I was growing Mizuna in that corner, but I've long since eaten that. These lettuce, we've been picking on since last October, but now the aphids are really chomping on that. So over the next few days, I'm going to pull those. I've been fighting aphids with all sorts of remedies, but nothing seems to be working, so those are going to get pulled. My kale is doing fantastic. It's gone absolutely nuts. Coming around here, the spinach is doing okay. More spinach. Got some radishes, potatoes, my garlic seems to be okay. I am a complete novice gardener, so I wouldn't know if they are meant to look like this or not. These are onions, and again, I don't know if they're meant to look like that. They're just all interwoven and crazy. Then I've got peas growing down here. using the old fencing wire for them to climb up. In here I've got basil, 2 cucumber plants, more marigolds, tomatoes. The tomato plants seem to be doing okay, the cucumbers not so much. More marigolds all down here. Tomatoes there, more basil, more tomatoes. Yeah, loads of the marigolds. There is a logic behind growing loads of marigolds. Those are peppers, and the logic for those marigolds will become apparent later on when they're in flower, I guess. These are all chili plants. And then growing in this drain pipe, I've got loads of lettuce. I should be thinning these out more, I think. It just seems so weird, counterintuitive, to be pulling out seedlings. So I'm not very good at the old thinning out. Over here I've got some basil, marigolds. I'm just growing marigolds, it looks like, doesn't it? And chilies. I don't know how well they're going to do. In another drain pipe up here I've got more lettuces. I believe those ones are iceberg lettuce. We'll see. I have thinned those out better though. Parsley. And this bed is empty at the moment. Now potatoes, I know I've got some in a raised bed down there they were very early, but I've also got some in buckets. These are determinate ones, so I don't need to stack those up. And then in sacks, a friend of mine last year showed me him growing his potatoes in sacks, and thank you for that tip, Marcus. And what I plan to do, because these are indeterminate ones, not too long now on that plant, I'm going to unroll the sack slightly and then pile in some more compost and keep doing that, and then eventually the sack will be almost full and should have potatoes growing all the way up. Over here, Westmeath greens yet to germinate. These potatoes are planted on St. Patrick's Day and those are doing great. I think I should have covered them though. They're not all determinate ones. I think those end ones are actually indeterminate, but hey, it's the first year growing inside, so we'll just leave them to it. I've got basil growing down there in a pot as well. Stuff growing all over the place, really. To boost my confidence in growing, I planted some radish and they are beautiful, if nothing else. I'm gonna have those with my tea tonight. Wow, maybe I've left them too long. That's huge. But great crop for that, for boosting your confidence. These have grown in what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? So as a first time gardener, the kitchen garden seems to be going okay. The polytunnel's been great. We've been eating loads of salad out of there. The other day I was sat having a cup of tea and I saw a hare running around the field. So I got my trail camera, my wildlife camera, and I went over into the field and I set it up. And within an hour, these deer popped up. How amazing is that to see? And then shortly after, the hares came in. still watching and haven't lost the will to live yet, I set a trail camera up in the forest 2 days ago. Let's go now into the forest and see if we manage to capture anything on that trail camera. Let's see if our pine marten's still alive. I'm really hoping she's fine. So this is the spot that I chose to set the camera up. It's just on a tree there if it's out of view. Because I suspected that the squirrels, red squirrels, would be eating pine cones off of that fallen tree. And there's an interesting stump here with broken nuts on it, hazelnut shells on it, and pine cones all around. So I put some sardines on here. Now, the reason sardines, not so much that they would eat them, more that it would just be an interesting smell to all the wildlife here, a completely alien smell in this forest, and they would come up and investigate it. And I'm really excited for what is on this camera, because as I was approaching there and typically not filming, I saw 2 red squirrels scarper up the tree and run away. So fingers crossed we've got some good footage here. So here we are, the moment of truth. Videos. Wow, straight off we've got some deer, and there's no way that deer eat sardines, but look at them, just look at them, they're definitely smelly, those sardines. There's deer all around here. I don't know why I'm surprised. I'm just pretty impressed that I've managed to actually catch them again, but this time in the forest. Video 3. Wow, that was amazing. I love seeing the wildlife, and I'm really pleased that I can share it with you. That's why I bought these cameras. I see the wildlife with my own eyes, but to be able to share it with you now that I've got decent wildlife cameras is pretty special to me. Thank you for everybody that's watched, and especially those that have watched to the end. I know there's been a bit of all sorts going on in this video, but that's what I wanted from a spring update. A special thank you, a big thank you to all the people that regularly comment. I love seeing the same names repeated on video after video. It kind of feels like we're getting to know each other, so that's great. Keep it up. And I especially like it when people comment where in the world they're watching from. I don't know why, but I just love seeing people commenting, saying they're watching from Tennessee, from California, from New Zealand, Australia. It's amazing the power of the internet, that our little corner of Ireland can be entertainment for people all over the world. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. And I'll wrap it up now. That cuckoo, or the guy with the clock, is out again. I really hope you can hear that. Anyway, I'll wrap it up, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.